Hi, I'm Dave. Welcome to the shop. We're in the midst of this, right? We got stuff everywhere, piles of wood, sections of dividers all plowed or dadoed and numbered and racked up. I've got cherry ones because I'm making some cherry boxes. There's the sides. I got some cherry dividers for the cherry boxes. The young Kohai is making some out of poplar. He's going to paint. And we've got a variety of things going on. This right here is one of the carcasses glued together. Glued it up yesterday, and we're going to break it down right now. Take some clamps off, and a lot of tension on the clamps. Okay, that's good. And set these things down because they're going to go right back into use. We're making 10 boxes, all the same except for the species of wood and the colors that they're going to be finished to ultimately, but otherwise the same, which means that all of the little cuts for the dados and all of that are all the same. So you prep the wood all the same, and then it cuts down on how much measuring you have to do. So set these things aside and tidy up the clamps a little bit. They're going to go right back into use. It got like cauls and pads for 4 boxes at a time, so that's pretty much what we're doing. Check this one for square because it just caught my eye that doesn't look right. But it turns out that's absolutely effing perfect. That's great. So this is one of our bare boxes. This is the bottom. And the dividers, we haven't put the little vertical dividers in yet. That'll happen 2 steps from now. But right now we just did the glue up of the sides and the dividers. We've got a little bit of glue excess there. It doesn't much matter because that's the top. There's a top getting glued to it. Bottom came out real good. Boy, as I say, real good. A little bit of cleanup required on the face. And because I'm using Gorilla Glue, and we won't get into why I'm using Gorilla Glue right now anyway. But because I'm using the Gorilla Glue, we end up with a little bit of ooze, foaming ooze, hard stuff in the corners. Have to go through and chase that with a chisel, a sharp chisel from both directions, this way and that way, and it'll clean right up. And inside of a drawer, sliding by will be no problem. So that's good. Not very much. That's terrific. So there are 10 of these. I've got 2 more right here. I've got 1 that I put a top on. I'm working on. Let me swing you around. And we'll go to there. We're in sequence, right? We do a couple of those and move on, do a couple of these. So I just put some tops on yesterday before I left. And this is that. Got a little bit of glue ooze out in the joint. And I've been cleaning it up, pretty much got it. I want to do a little teeny bit of sanding right in the crease, just to be sure that I've got it all. The cherry ones are going to get a tongue oil varnish finish, a couple of coats of amber shellac sanding sealer and whatnot, and then a couple of coats of hand rubbed, rubbed on tongue oil. So a little bit of pre-sanding right now to make sure that I don't have any excess glue that will not color up correctly. That looks pretty good. Funny though, the glue sands just a teeny bit differently than the wood. So when you've got a little bit of excess glue and you pass the sandpaper across it, it makes it look a little fuzzy, light colored, which Obviously makes it real easy to identify and go back after it with a chisel. Right there. I love it. Now I like the Gorilla Glue. There's a downside, the foaming and you know, any bit of excess. And it's hard to clean up because when it's wet, you're really just spreading it around. Anyway, so there's that. That looks great. That looks just great. So back. One of the things we're going to try to do today is make up the pieces that will go on the backs. They need to be, you know, I don't know, 14.5 inches long and 9 3/4 inches tall and or wide, and about, you know, a little bit under 1/4 of an inch thick, somewhere between 3/16 and 1/4. Anyway, so I'm going to work on making those up today. But otherwise, this is where we've gotten to. Got the little vertical dividers. They don't fit yet, and I can push them and get them in, but they don't really quite fit yet. They will soon. Do a little trimming, a little measuring, a little trimming. Be great. So, I've got 2 more that I've got tops on. I'm going to clean them up, and then we'll move on to what? Getting the backs prepared. So, these are great little shop clamps. I mean, they're not real strong, I know, but they're really easy to use. They don't twist too much. They don't lose their camming action too much. They do bend. I mean, you put too much tension on them and these bars will bend because they're not very, very heavy. But this kind of thing doesn't require an awful lot of tension. Just closing things together. I'm not trying to reshape the wood. I'm just trying to get it close enough that the glue will do its job. Anyway, so here's this one just off the clamps. I've got a little bit of, I don't know if you can see it, I've got a little bit of glue that oozed out there, 3 places, and none on the back, which is odd. A little bit here on the corner, and a nice, good line of it right there. I'll go after that one first. So, a little cleanup, and you know, we'll see how it goes. You know how I do these things. First and foremost, secure your work. You don't want to, even chasing glue, you don't want to be running around trying to keep up with holding onto the box at the same time that you're trying to hold onto your chisel and keep everything lined up. So secure your work, and now I think I'm going to go down and just incise this. Okay, and now see, okay, there's still some stainings, but that's quick. I'm not afraid of this stuff. That's pretty good. All right. I guess you can see that I'm doing something. just isn't quite sharp enough, and it's sort of rolling a little bit at that. All right. Gaining. Oh yeah, see that? That cleans that right up. Looks great. Good. All right, a couple little spots. There's a spot on this side, and a little bit on the front. That's all that takes. Yeah, it's the glue's a little bit of a problem to use, but it's just not enough to not use it. Anyway, all right, now the front. Just a few spots. I think I'll clamp it there and do this. Yeah, I'll bring you around. You can get a good look. So, chisel. I'm holding it nice and snug against the surface. Like that. Now I'm going to come in nice and flat against this surface. There you go. Pretty good. We'll run the sandpaper across it just to get any little teeny residue. See? That's good. I'm going to drag the corner of the chisel through it just to make absolutely certain that I get every little bit that I can. And I'm just going to buzz right through. Nice sharp edge on the sandpaper, right? So I'm right into that crease. There you have it. That's it. Beautiful thing. A little bit down here. That's done. Work the crease. I'm loving it. I'm just loving it. Okay, so that's that. That was dressed off and looks good. Pretty darn nice and clean. The top, not bad. When the time comes, I'll probably, do something like this on the upper corners, just to give it that little teeny bit of, breaking the eris a little bit, so that when it goes into use, the first thing that happens is that it gets worn. And if we round it just the teeniest bit right now, it'll put that worn moment off quite a ways. I'll be gone. There we go. Sweet. All right, so going to clean up a couple. Got to finish one more set of boxes, and then make some backs, make some feet, and then the boxes themselves will be ready to start putting finishes on. too. They look great. This is a local cherry that I picked up from a logger buddy. Yep. Forget that. So, got two. They look pretty good. Get some feet on them, get some backs on them. These are ready, and dividers. Be ready to start doing some finishing. It'll be great. This is a really pretty cherry I got from a buddy of mine that has a little sawmill, does his own logging. And he loves doing what he's doing, and I love going there and picking stuff up to make projects out of. He treats me real well, you know. There you have it. All right, so one more clean up the top and get ready for backs. We'll see you in a bit. This is how we tell if you get a winner or not?
Well, this'll inform us whether it can be finished in a way that I like. That does add. Well, I mean, I know these were just test pieces. I really should have sanded them. It's hard to say. It does change the color just a little bit, as far as I can tell. But the proof will be how well it bonds and sands tomorrow.
Sure.
Okay.
Two things.
Yeah.
You probably should always have the habit of putting something over the can before you put the lid on.
Okay.
If you ever worked next to somebody's white Mustang in a dark garage with black paint,
Yep.
you'll never do that again.
Okay.
It's a good habit.
Yeah.
Other one is, after you've done that, wet the edge.
Seals it a little?
Well, it doesn't make it leak, it dry out faster, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't do the opposite. I don't know how much it seals it, but it puts a little film in there, in that joint.
And
Which,
if anything's going to start drying first, it's going to be whatever's at that joint.
Yeah.
Okay. Very good.
painter's tricks.
Well, I'm embarrassed that you watched me cover my hand to protect my clothes, but not put something over it to protect your table saw.
Yeah.
Oh, and you're filming too.